Well, what the hell is hovering over the White House? Marjorie Taylor Greene just revealed on her X page that, well, there is drone activity over the White House. I mean, really, right before, literally like a week before Donald Trump goes to inauguration and is officially inaugurated our president, we have activity above the White House. And the mainstream media isn't saying jack about any of it. I mean, something really smells fishy, because what's interesting is the FBI director, former FBI director, or Christopher Wray put in his resignation or whatever, guy I can't stand. But anyway, he drops this big bombshell about China being in our infrastructure and our critical infrastructure. And then we're still having these drone issues across the United States of America, and nobody is doing anything about it. It's almost as if they really want this activity to happen. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to take you straight to Marjorie Taylor Greene's page here. But take a look. Here's her X page, and she posted this just January 13th at 12:44 there in the afternoon. I just flew into DCA. Before landing, our pilot announced he had to fly in from another direction due to unauthorized drone activity over the White House. I mean, Joe Biden doesn't care about this drone activity? Why the hell is it allowed to fly in the first place? And it's not authorized to the level that planes are being redirected? And nobody cares about what's going on? Not one word from the mainstream media. I mean, really, folks, there is something going on here, and they sure the hell don't want people talking about it, referencing it, and I'm really concerned about Donald J. Trump. Hell, he's already had multiple attempts on his life. Thank God they have been stopped, or stopped before they even began. But look, I am nervous. I'm nervous about his rally he's holding. I'm nervous about the inauguration day, and I think you guys are too. But before I get in a little deeper and tell you that bombshell from the FBI that coincidentally comes around the same time as, these drones flying around, I got to give a shout out to my sponsor, NobleGoldInvestments.com. Look, China's got a secret weapon. Their secret weapon is the fact that they are buying up gold, and they're buying up a lot of it. And the reason that they're doing that, well, gold has maintained its value over time. And right now, I want to encourage you guys to get gold. This is why I have partnered and sponsored with Noble Gold Investments for so long, because it's legitimately something I myself do. I have gold, silver, and all of that. And they even have precious metal silvers. But go to Lisa Haven Gold right now. Go to that website, hit the pause button, go fill out that information. They're going to send you a free gold and silver investment guide. Better yet, give them a call at the number on the screen. Let them know I sent you, and they'll save you this 1 ounce, or send you this 1 ounce silver American coin here with the eagle on the back. You can kind of see it when I twist it there. Amazing. And you can get up to 10 of them, by the way. So make sure you say my name. And by the way, there's always a risk to investing. There's never a guarantee. If you want more information, click that more button or click the link in the description box below. All right. So let's dive into this FBI Christopher Wray's bombshell that he warns us of as he's, going out the door, and right around the same time that we have this drone activity in our skies. Take a listen to what he said on 60 Minutes.
That is, Chinese government's pre-positioning on American civilian critical infrastructure to lie in wait on those networks, to be in a position to wreak havoc and can inflict real-world harm at a time and place of their choosing.
The Chinese have already insinuated malware into critical American infrastructure.
That's correct.
Like what?
Things like water treatment plants. We're talking about transportation systems. We're talking about targeting of our energy sector, the electric grid, natural gas pipelines. And recently, we've seen targeting of our telecommunications system.
Wow. Chinese have malware in, all of our critical infrastructures. He's talking our power plants, our energy, our water treatment facilities, communications, and the whole 9 yards. Hey, this is, let's just drop this on 60 Minutes for all the world to see. And my question is the FBI actually doing anything about it? Because it's been going on for quite some time. Instead, they're worried about going after January 6ers. I got to tell you, this stuff has to stop. By the way, he also brought this up back in 2000, not to the same extent it is now, But I mean, we've got a real problem with Chinese infiltration. Take a look at this. FBI raid drops Chinese infiltration bomb on the way out, warns of a threat to critical infrastructure, which is the video you just heard. But this article on Zero Hedge also references something he said prior. In July of 2000, he warned that nearly half of the FBI's 5,000 or so counterintelligence investigations are related to Chinese espionage. We've now reached the point where the FBI is opening a new China-related counterintelligence case approximately every 10 hours. This is problematic, right? Said the FBI chief, speaking to an event hosted by the Hudson Institute. The greatest long-term threat to our nation's information intelligence property and to our economic vitality is the counterintelligence and economic espionage threat from China, he added. This is critical, especially considering what he just said. A cyber strike of that scale would aim to impede the deployment of U.S. troops, induce societal panic, and otherwise interfere with U.S. military actions, according to the report that was put out. China, over the past decade, has been accused of multiple state-sponsored hacking campaigns aimed at the U.S. as well as European and Asian countries, but it routinely denies involvement. The U.S. Treasury on January 3rd sanctioned Integrity Tech Group, Inc., a Beijing-based cybersecurity company, for its alleged involvement in multiple hacking attempts against the U.S. The hacks were connected to Flax Typhoon, which the Treasury described as a Chinese malicious state-sponsored cyber group that has been active since 2021, often targeting organizations within U.S. critical infrastructure sectors. And what happened? They're still doing it. And hey, it's even far worse. And now they've got malware in our water treatment facilities, in our communications, in our electricity, in our pretty much every sector, our plants. And nobody is concerned about this. I mean, and he's just dropping this bombshell on a freaking 60 Minutes. And he said some minor things before that. And we've got drones over the White House that I suspect could potentially be, foreign in nature. I don't know. If we don't have any information on what the hell is flying over the White House, why are we allowing it? But yet we've allowed these drones to fly repeatedly over our military bases, not just in the U.S., as you've seen on my channel, but in Germany and Brittany and the UK, in all these other countries as well. They've been flocking like white on rice. And we're just like, yeah, probably because we got Joe Biden in charge and, he is in bed with the Communist Party, AKA the Chinese People's Republic. And here we are. And now we're at risk. Donald Trump is going to get in, and I sure the hell hope he stops all of this, because we are at risk. If there's something reported every 10 hours or so, what the hell is going on now if that was dropped back in 2021? Well, according to Ray, who's on the way out, it's still happening on a massive scale, and they've already infected everything. That means your government is useless and is not keeping you safe at all. At least under these Democrats, it's been that way. Why is this okay? Why is this not the biggest news story? That's the question. You're at risk, you're in trouble. But despite all of that, don't worry. The FBI says everything's fine for Donald J. Trump, at least so they say. The Gateway Pundit, FBI declares no known threats for Trump's inauguration. 25,000 law enforcement and military are going to be deployed in Washington. Oh, and bottom line in that article says, well, we're still worried about lone wolf threats. Like the other that have already happened against Donald J. Trump that you almost didn't protect. He moved his head barely. That's what was his saving grace, an act of God, not the Secret Service that day. So much for that. And they're going to put temporary flight restrictions up and the whole 9 yards of that. But either way, I'm really frustrated. By the way, there's this going on while I'm on Trump inauguration. I got to show you this. This woman right here got her hands on 14 tickets to Trump's inauguration, but has no plans of going. Her goal is to have thousands of people do this, so there are tons of empty seats that day. That one. So if there's a bunch of empty seats at the inauguration, that's what happened. Not because people aren't with Donald Trump. It's not good, folks. Look, I'm going to be honest. I don't like Christopher Wray. I can't stand the guy, but the FBI has been more worried about conservatives and Christians and Catholics and people attending their children's school board meetings, to say things that they don't like stuff about critical race theory and DEI and the vaccine and COVID-19 or whatever the hell they want to target these people for, or and your Christian views. They went after Catholics, folks. They're not doing their job with the Chinese espionage and malware and everything that's being planted in our country. There's something wrong. What the hell do we have the FBI and CIA for if this isn't being handled? I mean, it's a legitimate question. What could they do, say, to our water plants and water treatment facilities with this malware? I think we've seen some movies on some stuff like that, in our power plants and our energy sources. We're talking about stuff that is critical to the survival of the United States of America. Meanwhile, we got drones flying over the White House before Donald Trump gets in. Is this their last sweep to get all the information that they need? And I'm not saying they're linked to China, because I have no idea who the drone is linked to, but I suspect it could be foreign. But because we don't get the information from the FBI, they're just allowing them a free-for-all here in the U.S. Time to disband the FBI. Anyhow, I wanted to bring you the latest on all of that. Very frustrated by it. Hopefully, I see you on Restricted Republic today. You want to get there, sign up, unsubscribe. I'm going to be doing huge report. You're just not going to want to miss it. Anyhow, I love you all. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.